Hey, Rob, how's it going?
So I'm good.
Well, just right off the bat, man, how are you feeling? And just could you just kind of take us through when you found out that you had this particular injury and just your immediate in the moment reaction to that?
Yeah, I didn't know what was wrong during the game, but I knew something happened that was gonna stop me from playing. I was just telling Peyton on the bench, I was like, I'm kind of nervous, bro. My knees hurting. Tried to walk around a little bit. I couldn't walk around. So next day find out I had torn it. But honestly, right now I'm in a great place mentally, physically feeling way better. Just going along with the rehab, stand there for the guys, cheering them on, just ready to come back.
Morales?
Hey Rob, how are you feeling? So you say you're feeling great right now physically. What does that mean? What can you do, and how do you feel about like? Do you know what your timeline might be?
We're in the first steps of rehab, so it's really a lot of basic stuff, not moving. But as far as me feeling better physically, I just mean as far as obviously I don't feel as bad as I did when it first happened, and I was just surprised at the relief I had after surgery, right after surgery, just being able to move way better, on my own. So just proud of that.
Mark Murphy?
Hey, Rob. It sounds like they gave you really a best case scenario for your return. Why do they tell you they're so optimistic about you getting back pretty quickly?
Because they told me it was a good surgery. Everything went as well as we wanted it to, as well as it could go. And from the observations, they feel like I can be back in that time frame. So just got to take our time, make sure it's the right plan, make sure I'm healthy. Everyone here at this organization obviously cares about me long term more than anything. So just making sure it's the right plan, and I'm ready to go.
Amina Smith?
Hey, Rob. So obviously everyone is very optimistic about you returning to the court within 4 to 6 weeks. Where's your confidence level with the team, projecting you to be back in the second round? How confident are you that you'll be able to play at the level that you've been playing at all season long?
Yeah, this is not my first injury that I've been through with the Celtics organization, and I can just honestly, wholeheartedly say, every time I got an injury, their care, their expertise, them zoning in on my rehab has been great, and they've helped me come back numerous times. So I got all the faith in the world in those guys.
Suichi Terada?
Hey Rob, yeah, just wondering, in terms of the surgery going into it, like, did you have any say in terms of like what the doctors would do, or was that kind of just like, hey, this is like the deal, this is what we're gonna do, this is what's gonna happen?
No, you always got say if we had to do other stuff in the operating room, that's just what it would have to be, and I was well aware of that, but thankfully, like I said, all of us are pretty sure that we had the best, one of the best surgeries, that I could have had in my situation. So
Mark Murphy?
Hey, Rob, this is off topic, but apparently you saw that little April Fool's thing between Ime and Grant. Did you really think it was a fight when you saw it?
yeah, I thought they were fighting. I was surprised no one was stepping in the middle of them, and I couldn't move. I was icing my knee at the time, so I'm just like, somebody separate them.
John Corrales?
Right. Can you explain what the rehab steps are? Like what are you doing now? What's the next step, and what do you need to clear before you can return to the floor?
Yeah, right now it's just a lot of non-moving stuff, a lot of low my tendons, strengthening everything around, the tear of that muscle. And as time progresses, it's a lot of boxes you got to check. Obviously, got to be able to walk fine before you can run. You know, you got to be able to run in a straight line before you're able to, make angles or cuts. So it's a lot of different boxes you got to check. But I feel like we're on the right path.
Tim Bontemps?
Rob, you've obviously had a great year, and you mentioned this hasn't been your first injury with the Celtics. I was just curious, with the way you've been playing, kind of what was going through your head the other night when you started feeling something in your knee and, wondering what, might be happening with it.
I was hurt. I was so hurt because I knew something wasn't right. Like I said earlier, I could tell it was something that was gonna stop me from playing. So I really didn't even want to find out what it was at one point. Like at one point I was sitting on the bench, like the end of the third, and I knew something was wrong, but I was so scared to even stand up. But thankfully that's out the way. We on the rehab now. So
Gary Washerman?
Robert, do you know exactly when it happened, or is it just wear and tear, or like when during the Minnesota game it happened? Because I think you played another 10 minutes after people think that you kind of did something.
I think it happened when I was guarding Taurean Prince and he kind of stopped for a jump shot and I contested. I think that's when it happened, but I'm not really sure. But when it happened, I think we were on a little run or whatever, and coach actually took us out, and I was about to ask him to take me out anyways, because it's like every step I took, it was getting worse and worse. So.
Amina Smith?
So yesterday, Daniel Tice, he had high praise for you, obviously saying that, there's no one in the league that can do what you do. What have you noticed if you watched the last couple of games about how the other guys have stepped up without you being on the court?
It was nothing new to me seeing those guys step up and cover for each other, because everybody out there is capable of a lot of stuff and more than one thing. So really just a level of comfort for me, knowing that they still have that confidence even with me missing, because I have that confidence in them, obviously a lot. I feel like they can do it. But just glad to see them covering for each other.
Sherrod Blakely?
Yeah, Rob, when you are able to come back, is there any concern on your part about getting back to the level that you were pre-injury? Because before this injury, Rob, I mean, your defense, the numbers speak for themselves. Is there any concern that you're not going to be able to get back to that level quickly?
I mean, nah, shit, not on my part, I mean, obviously, it's nothing they can compare to playing in an NBA game, obviously playoffs. But just got to get out there, like riding the bike again, man. Just get out there, get my wind under me. I feel like I should be good, obviously, with the help of my teammates picking me up, for sure.
Before we let Rob go, hold on, Rob. You're going to get your Celtic shirt. Here we go. There you go. Okay.
Swiss! The GOAT, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Presented by your New England Ford dealers. Built for America. Built Ford proud.